Hi, how you guys doing today? This is Mega Hawk01 here. Just wanted to talk to you guys about pocket knives and self-defense. I had a couple of people look at my videos and send me some emails, said, hey, guns are cool, crossbows are cool, whatever, but what about knives, just as an everyday carry sort of thing? Well, pretty much what I got together here are my small collection of what I carry as far as leaving the house and you know, stuff like that. So first thing I want to say is I don't advocate anybody, you know, other people just hurting other people just for the hell of it. I think that's retarded. It's not logical. It's stupid. So I don't advocate that. So don't think that by watching this, you know, I'm just out looking for trouble. I'm not. You know, and I know what other people are probably saying is, you know, what about pepper spray? What about mace? What about tasers? You know, pepper spray and tasers are good, but check on some of the videos, do the research on them, and see how many people, when they're doped up on some kind of drug, see how that really affects them. And I can tell you, it doesn't really affect them that much. I mean, if you're getting tagged by someone who's on, you know, cracked out on meth, and you know, they just want to mug you, kill you, whatever, to get their next fix, dude, they're not going to be stopped easily. So pretty much that's what leads me to this, as far as an everyday carry on what you guys might want to look at or look at getting to, you know, defend yourself in case that situation ever happens. I do carry a pocket knife with me everywhere. I mean everywhere. I've been accosted, I believe is the right term I want to use, outside of supermarkets. You know, people just asking me for money. I had one guy last year actually grabbed me by the shoulder, and you know, I shouldn't have let him do that. If he was you know, packing something, a weapon, I probably wouldn't be here today. So that's also an incident that led me to, you know, as far as this goes, and why I have this on paper so it shows up better on the video, because I know the lighting's pretty shitty. Okay, so pretty much what I have here. So pretty much I want to show you guys two different types of knives. One being fold out and two being spring loaded, or some people like to call that a switchblade. So here are pretty much some options for you. First of all, let's take a look at this one right here. This is made by M-Tech. As you see, this is a very small fold out knife. Very small. It's pretty handy, you know, as far as small blades go. It is very nice. It's got this nice kind of cool flame design on it, but it is serrated. It's very sharp, and this thing's pretty small. I mean, you could carry that in your pocket pretty much everywhere. Now, this I believe was maybe $12, $13. So it's pretty good, and you know, M-Tech's got a pretty good track record as far as their knives go. So this is something that's pretty versatile. If you guys want to use. Now, it's a fold-out knife. So where that was a buzzer come from? Anyway, it's a fold-out knife. So you have to thumb this thing open. Now here's another fold-out knife with a bigger blade. This was $1 at Walmart. Now you can tell just by looking at the difference in the quality between the two. This one's better. Don't be fooled. This one's better. This one's got a full metal hilt. This one is fucking plastic. That's not going to stand up very well in a fight. At least I don't think it will. Anyway, so now, like I said again, these are fold-out knives. These go easily in your pocket, on your belt, whatever. Now here's one I picked up when I first got back. I believe this one was maybe $15, $16. This is spring-loaded. This is a switchblade. Now, did you see how fast that came out? I'll do it again. Quick. Super quick. Okay, this is the one I carry with me in my backpack everywhere. Because since I have to carry it in like a small magazine pouch, I want that extra spring ability. Now, okay, so we've looked at pretty much these straight knives. Now you're probably wondering, what is this big mother right here? Well, this is made by Tac Force. This is spring-loaded too. This thing is like a damn eagle talon. This, however, is not made strictly for thrusting into your target. This is made for more of kind of a slashing technique, and as you see, that's exactly what it's made for. And what's also made for is you can flip this around and do the same thing. Okay, now let's talk about these knives as far as self-defense goes. Me, I prefer spring-loaded because it takes a fraction of a second to get that blade out. Those you got to thumb. Those you have to thumb the blades out. That may take a little longer. I mean, another thing about these is these require a little more maintenance, and I mean putting oil right here in the swivel so they do come out. Because I mean, God forbid if you have to ever actually have to use one of these and your blade's stuck, you're screwed. So these are better. So now let's talk about what these guys look like in your hand. Now, I would highly not recommend carrying something like a Swiss Army knife with a small little blade. That's not gonna warn anybody. If that's not gonna warn anybody. Is it just as lethal? Yeah, if you know how to use it. But that's why we're looking at stuff like these two right here. Okay, now let's say you've got a guy who's following you in a parking lot, asking you for money. I mean, he's with arm's reach. He's gonna mug you. Something like that. Something like this is going to be more prevalent to have. Okay? It comes out fast. It is quick with a snapping. That's going to grab someone's attention real quick. If someone sees you holding this blade in your hand in a aggressive, defensive posture, most likely they're going to back down. They're going to know you're not fucking around, and they're going to back down. Now this right here, I guarantee you, I have had to actually, I don't want to say the word brandish, I've actually had to put myself in a defensive stance with this weapon in a parking lot of a superstore. A guy who just wouldn't leave me alone. A guy who kept asking me for money, and he just kept coming and approaching me, and he got within arm's length of me almost. And at this point, I don't know what this guy has, but bam, I knocked this thing out, and he backed off right away. Something like this is very intimidating. Something like this is going to let someone know that you're not to be fucked with. But really, it's all about personal preference. Of course, I like these two. Other people might like these two. But what are the roles of these knives? Well, I have so many of them because I have a different role for everyone. This one is for when I'm walking around town at night. Or going to the girlfriend's house and I'm walking in the dark. There are a bunch of shady people walking around at night around here, and God knows what can happen. This is the one I carry with my bag. This is part of my everyday carry, and I really like this knife. It's really nice. It's really good. This one is when I'm in my school uniform, in my scrubs, and I don't have time to change. I carry this one with me in my breast pocket. And this one right here is actually for my bug-out bag. It's just kind of a backup knife. But I mean, you guys don't have to, as far as quality of knives go, you guys don't have to look far. You don't have to spend like $180 on the freaking like Smith & Wesson stuff, just things like that, dude. You can be just fine with stuff like this. Now this one, of course, I would not recommend to anybody. I carry this one because it's easy and convenient, and I know how to use stuff like this. I can still make it effective. I'm not going to say go out and get like a $1 knife, dude. It's not going to help. I would seriously recommend spending anywhere from at least $15 to maybe $20 on a good pocket fold-out knife. Okay, now, so you're probably asking me, well, is this one legal? Well, hell yes, it is. The general rule of thumb is the blades have to be 4 inches or under. If they are over 4 inches, you could be in trouble. I mean, if a cop stops you just on a hunch, sees that you're carrying it, then it's considered a concealed weapon. I'm not saying go out and get a combat knife that's a fixed blade, like a 7-8 inch blade on it, carry that around with you. I mean, something like this, especially something like this, is easily carried in a pocket, and it's good for self-defense. I mean, honestly, I think if you're a student, if you walk around town a lot, anywhere, a good pocket knife is something you should have. And not just for self-defense, I mean anything. Getting packages open, cleaning dirt from your fingernails, whatever. But that's pretty much it. I mean, that's as far as Knives go in a self-defense role, and it's all about how you present yourself with it. You can avoid a conflict just by making someone aware that you do have something like this on you. You know, that's the whole thing about, I say this a lot, is not being a victim. Not being a victim is taking control of what is going to happen in the next couple of minutes. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, and you guys have a good one.